as follow up on one we did earlier in the month on PC. No, not politically correct, but power and control coming off the Democrat leftist socialist side of life. And what we've seen recently, the last 2 weeks, is the Biden administration, particularly Fauci. Uh, while Biden's been asleep at the wheel, he spent the weekend playing with his dog on a beach, and I might add, stupid is as stupid does. He's got his mask on at the beach. Why does he do that? Anyway, initially, Fauci's talking about more mandates for mask wearing inside and just trying to wreck Christmas. Well, America celebrated Christmas in spite of Dr. Fauci. And I just think it's way past time, along with others in the GOP, that it's time for Biden to go. The man, I mean, if you do the math, look, here's the deal. He's overpaid. If he got $2, he's still overpaid. The man's paid $430 in salary. $430. It's why he makes $30,000 more than Joe Biden. $430,000, guys. That's plus his benefits, plus his cars, plus his drivers, plus his security, plus his staff. I don't know what the total bill is, but it's time for him to go because now every time Biden turns his back, Fauci's up there running. Fauci's running the country on the mandates, and this is not. Look. Omicron's coming. We're headed for herd immunity. We know that this new variant isn't as bad as the old variant, and I want to know, where did it go? What happened to it? Okay? If you haven't noticed it and you live in a closet, here's the deal. Nobody's caught the flu. Nobody's died from the flu. Nobody's caught a cold. Colds have miraculously vanished along with the H1N1 or SARS flu, whatever you want to call it. And the regular COVID is gone. The Delta variant is gone. But we have the Omicron. Oh, and it's not near as bad. It's more infectious, from what they say. I don't know who to believe on the science. I don't believe the CDC. I damn sure don't believe Fauci. Biden's full of crap, and where's Kamala Harris? We don't know. So if you go back to the beginning, the mask didn't work to begin with. So ditch the mask, free your face, and burn the mask. We're done with it, Fauci. We're done with the mask. We're done with you. And you can go climb in your rabbit hole. And I have to ask, Biden's starting, look, the Supreme Court's going to be looking at the mask and the vax mandates on this coming Friday. He's trying to mandate through OSHA, who has no business in that particular medical realm, to mandate vaccinating companies with employees that exceed 100. Well, that's crap. Okay, stop it. So then we've got the mask mandates, and Fauci's talking about wearing masks on the inside, burn your mask, putting masks on the airplane, burn your mask, hold the airlines accountable, because when they have a problem, they can't run their business. They never have run their business to make a profit. They just run it helter-skelter, overpay their upper managers millions and bazillions of dollars. They don't take care of their aircraft. They don't sanitize their aircraft. They're flying test tubes, and they've mandated their employee to the point where, the last I heard, in one day, they had canceled 1,800 flights. The next day, 1,300 flights. Over a period of a week, over 8,000 flights. And they're going to be, trust me, this year, first quarter, they're going to be beating on Biden's door with their hand out. We need money. We need more subsidy because we're stupid and we can't run our business like a business. And we keep drinking the Biden Kool-Aid. They're like the cruise ships. There was a cruise ship last week that had 48 passengers on board. Guess how many Omicron cases they had? 48. Another floating petri dish. So you got to do the math, man. These guys are out of control. The only thing we can do is stand up and fight back. You got to ask the question, and we got to follow the money. But they won't tell us where the money is. Who's paying Big Pharma for the vaccines? That's you and I. What are we paying? They won't tell us how much we're paying. Now we have a shortage of testing kits, whether they're self-testing kits or just a testing kit for, a medical person to perform on you. Why? It's the same as the supply chain shortage. Biden didn't do the contract. It's taken over 2 weeks to create a one-page contract. Knowing the government's going to be 22 pages long, you got to have 42 people to sign the damn thing. No. Private sector, it's a page. We're hiring you to do 500,000 or 500 million kits. We're going to pay you this for that. I want them delivered on this date. Signed. Love Biden. Do it. They can't even do that. They can't get anything. The only thing that he's done correctly is run this country into the toilet. Okay? They've extended the swamp to encompass the entire country. We're living in a third world toilet bowl. Now, what you're seeing is Putin is trying to play hardball, and he is. Biden wants to stand up and beat his chest and challenge Putin. That's a fatal mistake, Joe. Don't do it. You're dealing with a man. Do the math. Go look in the mirror. You don't fit the profile. And then you're thumbing your nose at the rest of us because, look, China last week, let me put this into perspective. China launched 3 brand new warships, okay? Our military is being fired because they don't want the vaccine. 250 U.S. Marines were discharged. A number of Navy SEALs gone. And there's thousands on the chopping block that don't want the vaccine, and I don't blame them. I don't want the vaccine, didn't get the vaccine, not going to take the vaccine. Look, damn thing doesn't work anyway, okay? It's got a shelf life of maybe 45, 60 days, and then you have to have another vaccine, booster, and it's good for 30 days. Now they're talking about having the 5th booster. They're talking about having the countries in Europe. They're saying, well, you got to have a booster every 90 days. Leave it alone. It's just time to stop. They need to turn loose with the fixation. They didn't get it right. They can't get it right. The science is the science. Fauci's responsible for it. Here, let me ask you a question. On top of how much is this costing us? The vax, the boosters. Somebody's paying for the boosters. We're not. Government's paying. Big Pharma. Big Pharma can't get it right. Fauci can't get it right. The only guys that have profited from this that we know of, because we're all paying the bill, we have to go down and buy N95 masks or have one made or wear a bag over your head. The guy that had the thong on his face had a great idea, and he got arrested. So at the end of the day, here's what's happening. Mark my words, this is coming to pass. The Biden administration popularity contest is in the toilet. Biden and Harris have tanked, okay? They're failures. Everything they touched has failed. We're looking right here, 200 miles south of where I'm sitting right now, give or take 10 miles, along the Mexico-U.S. border. BP encountered over 1.7 million UDAs and traffickers in fiscal year 2021. It's worsening. It's getting worse by the day. And it's not just Mexicanos coming across. there's over 120 different countries to date that have crossed in and been caught and verified that have come across. The only guy that's doing any good is Governor Abbott in Texas. Took $3 billion of Texas money, and they're putting up 11 miles of wall. They're building 100 yards a day, which is, a very, very expedited construction schedule. So what we can do as private individuals is fight back. Forget the mask, burn your mask. It doesn't work. Do the math. We need to put pressure on the GOP side to fire Fauci. $430,000, folks, is what we're paying this guy. He hadn't been right yet. He keeps moving the goalpost. What's happening? Because their popularity is tanking, it's getting lower and lower. Their job performance rating sucks. It's affected the stock market over 70 times this past year, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's down. They say it's up, it's down. Supply chain shortage, Fauci did it. Gas prices, Fauci did it. All the things that we're suffering from, Fauci did it. Now he's screwing with Putin. Putin's going to punch him in the eye. Guess what? We're going to get the bruise. China, we're dealing with. Look, I'm telling you, I'm not a doomsdayer, but we're sitting on the eve of destruction with this jackass and whoever's running the country. You look at General Milley and Lloyd Austin. They're hung up on they're hung up on some stupid stuff. CRT, systemic racism in the military. No, they want it. That's what they want. They want everybody to get vaccinated. Austin's hung up with genitalia deficiencies in his own mind. So where the hell do these guys come? Where do they find these guys? And Milley, I'm disgusted with him. He's a career military man, and he's done. Look, he was responsible for this little place called Afghanistan. Biden supports the world's largest terrorist organization on the planet, the Taliban. Same thing, he supports the Mexican cartels that run Mexico. He's given everybody a free pass. The only thing Biden hasn't done to the cartel is give them $100 million worth of military goods and material, war machines, to conduct terrorism around the world. We still got 60,000 people behind enemy lines that worked with the military in various ways that are stuck there. They can't get out. So what's happening as their popularity plummets? The 2020 playbook is open again. What do I mean by that? Shutdowns, lockdowns, mask mandates don't work. Vax don't work. Boosters don't work. This thing's going to run its course, and it's never going to wait. We just have to make friends with it. So, the good news is it's not as bad as the old one. And, the science that I read came out of John Hopkins is the people that do get it, the bulk of them don't know they have it. It's like having a cold. It's not as bad. Putting people in the hospital, yeah, there's people that above a certain age are at risk. So anyway, do your part, stand up, resist, fight back, fight back, fight back. If Biden mandates it, just say no. I'm Don McDowell. Mark my words, it's coming. Huntingfishing.com.